How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving straight back into What If Goku Remembered the Saiyans. For this part, we're going to be heading straight into the Goku Black arc. Except this time, we're not going to have a Goku Black arc, but a Piccolo Black arc. Before I get into how that happens though, if you guys like Dragon Ball and this channel, number one, make sure to subscribe, as it really helps me out in getting out new videos faster. Also, you can go and join the Discord server, where we have some cool Dragon Ball talks with my other fans, and you can even talk to me. So if that sounds interesting to you, then make sure you click the link down below to go check it out. If you want to see my real life too, then go and follow me on Instagram at DamonIsHere, I guess, where I'll most likely respond faster on there if you want to reach out to me. With all that out of the way, let's get straight into today's video. We start off this part with Zamasu on GodTube watching Universe 6 vs Universe 7 tournament. He's absolutely furious, seeing all of these mortals with the power of gods. They're only filthy mortals, why are they so powerful? Even more powerful than him as well. All of the Saiyans were insanely powerful in their god forms, but even they didn't compare to the power of the Namekian. This Namekian was able to get stronger on his own without the need for any transformation. This Namekian's power could be exactly what he needs to enact his Zero Mortals plan. With this power, he would be unstoppable to all the gods. Universe 7 though has many strong fighters, especially on Earth. There are so many powerful mortals that could disrupt his plans if he's not careful. Plus, even when he does manage to steal the Namekian's body, who knows if he's going to keep the power. He's going to have to train. Not in this body though, in Piccolo's. Zamasu spies on Piccolo, watching him train with Raditz on Shin's planet. And with Raditz's help, maybe he could gain even more power. He has to gain Raditz's complete trust, as if he can get him to trust him, then he'll be able to take out Shin without alerting Raditz. He needs Piccolo to be out of sight, however. How is he going to get Piccolo away from the Supreme Kai? There's only one way he can think of, a fight. And there's one person on Piccolo's radar that he knows of who will be able to match him and distract him long enough to enact his plans. Hit. Hit is really the only sort of villain that would be a good match for Piccolo at this point. And the only one who will willingly work with him, since as long as he pays well, Hit will go along with whatever Zamasu wants. Zamasu goes off to Universe 6 undetected, and tracks down Hit, paying him a large sum of Zeni and hiring him to take out Piccolo, but with special conditions. Hit needs to get Piccolo off of the Supreme Kai's planet and into Universe 6 without alerting too much trouble. Hit is a master-class assassin, so of course he says he'll get these orders down pat. Zamasu Kai's Hit over to Shin's planet, and lets Hit take care of the rest. Hit tracks down Piccolo and Raditz training, and interrupts them. The two would obviously be surprised to see Universe 6's strongest warrior here so suddenly, and Hit says he doesn't mean them any harm. He's not here in any assassin business. He just wants to test his new skills against Piccolo, and see if one of them can win this time, and not just have it be a draw. Piccolo is curious to how Hit managed to get to this sacred realm without any ships, but doesn't question it too much, as he's been interested to see how well he fares with Hit, outside of the tournament rules. So Piccolo agrees to a fight. Hit says that's good, but it would be really nice to do it over on his home planet, where there isn't any life, so then go all out. Piccolo thinks this over, and realizes that this can't be a good sign, as this planet they're on now is completely deserted as well, and it would be a lot less suspicious if they just fought right here. Hit is getting a little annoyed now, trying his best to convince Piccolo to come with him. Of course, Piccolo isn't budging, and Zamasu himself is getting a little annoyed, and he teleports behind Raditz, knocking him out while his guard is down. Piccolo hears this and quickly turns around to see, and once he looks away, Hit goes up and strikes Piccolo right in the head, knocking him out with one blow. Zamasu takes the three away quickly, and Kai's back to where he's keeping the Super Dragon Balls. Zamasu makes the wish to Super Shenron to switch bodies with Piccolo, and that's exactly what he does. Piccolo and Zamasu switch bodies, and Hit quickly kills Piccolo in Zamasu's body, fulfilling his duty, and tells Zamasu it's all up to him now, and he's off to go continue with the rest of what Zamasu asked of him. Zamasu Kai's back to Shin, and Shin runs out asking what exactly happened, and Piccolo says that everything is fine, just that Hit arrived to the planet and asked for a rematch, but he said he wasn't up for it, so he brought him home. Shin is a little confused by this, how Piccolo didn't want to get in a fight, but he doesn't question it, as you never know with him. Raditz wakes up and asks what happened, with Piccolo saying that Hit got a couple of good hits in on him. Raditz is pretty pissed he got knocked out so easily, and Piccolo responds that's why the two of them have to train together more, and get their powers boosted. Zamasu changes into clothing a little more comfortable with Piccolo's clothes beam, and he keeps on training with Raditz. Raditz continues his training with Piccolo, and gets a very different vibe from him. His fighting pattern is very different, and it's not at all how Piccolo fights. His personality is different too. He's less headstrong and mainly just wants to talk about why mortals are so strong. Raditz isn't stupid, this is not Piccolo. Without Piccolo suspecting anything, Raditz goes up to Shin and tells him about how different the Namekian is acting. And for some reason, he just knows that this isn't Piccolo. Shin begins to investigate more and more into Piccolo and realizes how similar he's acting to another Supreme Kai in training that he met once. Maybe he should check up on this Kai and see what exactly the matter is. Shin investigates into the Universe 10 Kai, Zamasu, and realizes there's nobody else on the Kai's realm. Where did Gowasu go? With the Kai gone, Shin begins to worry and goes to contact Beerus, and see if he can get in contact with Universe 10's God of Destruction, just to make sure that everything is okay. Shin is about to get in contact with Whis, but before he leaves, he sees Kibito staggering into his room, telling Shin to get out of there, and he collapses to the ground, lifeless. Shin runs over to Kibito, seeing if he's okay, but without even noticing, he is struck in the heart by Hit, stopping it and killing the Kai. Piccolo enters the room and asks Hit if he managed to do what he asked, and killed the rest of the Kais in the 12 universes. Hit claims that he was successful. All of the Kais have been killed, which means every god of destruction in the universe is now gone. All of these gods have been killed, with Zamasu being the only remaining deity in the multiverse. Zamasu pays Hit famously, telling him that he's done an excellent job. He's gotten used to his body by now, and can most likely use all of Piccolo's abilities. For now, if Hit stays with Piccolo, then he'll get all the riches that he wants. Hit says what the hell, as Zamasu has gotten him this far, so why not go above and beyond and get some more cash. Raditz senses the death of Shin and Kibito, running the location of their energies, and erupts into Super Saiyan Blue, rushing Piccolo and Hit. Piccolo Black powers up as well, engaging with Raditz, telling him he's been training them for a little while now, so he knows the way he fights. Raditz is pissed that he was right all along, and battles it out with Black, trying his best to take him out of commission. Black keeps boosting his powers more and more, countering Raditz's attacks and completely brutalizing him. Raditz isn't doing so hot, reverting back to base and barely being able to stand. Before Black can land a final blow, Raditz Kai-Kai's out of there, back to Beerus' planet, and finds his father and brother fast asleep. Raditz's appearance awakens Bardock, and he runs over to his son and begins to heal him to the best of his ability. Kakarot is awoken as well, and the Saiyan family discuss what has happened. They are also extremely worried about how Beerus and Whis have disappeared too, along with the death of Shin. So this means that the Saiyans are on their own this time. They need more than just them, so they all return back to Earth and meet with King Vegeta, asking him if he can help them out with Piccolo Black and Hit, as they're going to need all the help they can get just in case he ever shows up here. Bulma is in the room as well, and says that she can go out and find the Dragon Ball for them, that way they can revive Shin, and with Shin brought back, then Beerus will come back as well. Vegeta tells Bulma that's an excellent idea, so he summons Trunks, gives him the Dragon Radar, and tells him to fly around the planet as fast as he can to go get the Dragon Balls. Trunks says of course, and takes the radar to quickly go and gather the Dragon Balls. Vegeta has the Saiyan forces prepare themselves for battle, but only to be on standby for now, as they don't want to get themselves killed. As the Saiyans prepare for war, Black and Hit arrive on the planet. The 4 Saiyans were ready for them, and Kakarot is very saddened to see that Piccolo really did get his body stolen, and he's not among them anymore. Vegeta is disgusted by this, as he remembers what it was like to have his body stolen so long ago. So, he powers up into his most powerful form, the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 state, and rushes Black. The Saiyans are all shocked to see this power, as this is a combination of the Wrathful Saiyan state and the God state. It's incredible. Of course, even with all this power, it's not enough to overwhelm Black completely. Sure, Vegeta is putting up a really good fight and dealing some good damage, but with all of Piccolo's natural healing abilities and techniques, it's a lot tougher of a battle. Although, all of this regeneration comes at the cost of his power decreasing more and more. Hit notices this and goes to intervene, but the 3 Saiyans come in and try to help against him. Hit is able to fight them off through time skipping, pushing them off of him the best that he can. And since this isn't a tournament, Hit is able to use more of his assassin moves, and deal some heavy damage against the Saiyans. But similar to in canon, Kakarot begins to adapt to Hit's time skip, and manages to catch up to it, and fight off Hit more and more. And while Kakarot is distracting Hit by being able to keep up with him, Bardock and Raditz come in, dealing heavy blows. The Saiyan soldiers are all blasting at Black as well, protecting their king to the best of their ability. Now, sure, the Saiyan soldiers aren't on God level, but all of the high-level soldiers at least have Super Saiyan, and if they don't, the low-level soldiers would at least have the Wrathful form, and be able to deal some good damage on Black. Black is beginning to get annoyed, all of these mortals being a match for him. and gets himself and Hit out of there, flying up in the air, and launches a Hellzone grenade to get them away from him. Black throws one of his Potara earrings at Hit, telling him to put it on. As if they fuse, then they'll be unbeatable. Hit is pretty reluctant to merge, as he wants to act on his own accord, but Black tells him that they're going to die if they don't, so it's a literal do-or-die scenario. Hit is pretty angry, but decides that money is better than death, so he puts on the earring, and fuses with Black. The fusion is enormous and sends everybody flying back. All of the Saiyans are shocked, as they've never seen a fusion before, and they are all confused that this has happened. The fusion sticks out his finger, and uses a time cage to freeze the Saiyan soldiers in place, then uses his other hand to launch multiple special beam cannons directly at them, piercing through and killing them all. Merge Samaset lands down in front of the remaining Saiyans, telling them the Zero Mortals plan will be enacted, and there's nothing that they can do to prevent it. And on that cliffhanger, we're going to be leaving this part for right now. I know, another cliffhanger, but hey, if you guys want to see the continuation of this part, then make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. That way, I know you guys want part 10 out faster. Before I go though, huge thanks to Professor X for becoming a patron over on Patreon. It really means a lot to be able to support me over there, man. Thank you so much. If you guys want to get your name shouted out in a video like Professor X over here, then consider becoming a patron on Patreon, as if you do, you'll be granted with loads of special perks. So, if all that sounds interesting, make sure to go and pledge. Anyways, that's all for me today, guys, and until we meet again, see you later!